Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. How Rob Pelinka must clean up Lakers guard mess he left JJ Redick. The Los Angeles Lakers have too many guards. If it seems like they always have too many guards, it's because they almost always do. According to various reports and league sources, Rob Pelinka tried to address this issue over the summer, but ran into a few roadblocks and now, once again, the roster is undersized and plays at a physicality and athleticism disadvantage almost every night. JJ Redick finds himself in arguably a worse situation than Darvin Ham from a personnel standpoint and may be forced into many of the same decisions that eventually got Ham fired. The longer this roster remains as currently constructed, the more frustration will be directed at Redick for not getting more from it when in reality, fans should point instead at the common denominator between the two coaches. Under Pelinka, head coach after head coach has had to juggle guard rotation after guard rotation that, for whatever reason, didn't make sense. First, Frank Vogel had to deal with Russell Westbrook. Then, Ham had to deal with Westbrook and a cavalcade of guards after they finally traded him. Now, Redick is tasked with an imbalanced roster, too. The consistent issue has been Pelinka's unrelenting focus on the position. Here's a list of all the point or combo guards acquired since Pelinka was hired in 2017, then as general manager, and since, as vice president of basketball operations, 2017, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Gary Payton II, Isaiah Thomas 2018, Scott Machado, Rajon Rondo, 2019, Avery Bradley, Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, Dion Waiters, Talon Horton Tucker 2020, Dennis Schroeder 2021, DJ Augustine, Avery Bradley, Darren Collison, Malik Monk, Austin Reeves, Isaiah Thomas, Russell Westbrook, Mac McClung 2022. Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, Shaquille Harrison, Scottie Pippen Jr., D'Angelo Russell, Dennis Schroeder, Lonnie Walker 2023, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Gabe Vincent 2024, Bronny James. Of all the players listed above, only Ball is taller than 6'5". After the chaos in 21 and 22, ideally, one would be able to say the Lakers landed on a backcourt they fully trust in both the post and regular season, but that just isn't the case. The slowing of personnel movement you see in 23 and 24 is by no means by choice. Following that run to the Western Conference Finals in which Russell couldn't stay on the court, Pelinka started working on splitting up the Russell/Reeves backcourt. Los Angeles Lakers predicted to scoop up Marcus Smart in Blockbuster trade. Anytime things go south in a season, it swings open the door for trade rumors. The Memphis Grizzlies hope to steer far away from that in the 2024-25 NBA season. Considering that last season was a case of if it rains, it pours for the franchise with numerous fans are hopeful this year will be the opposite. However, perhaps not everyone is ready to buy into the team. With the return of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Marcus Smart, things are looking bright again for the Grizzlies. Together, these three suited up in as many games as you can count on your fingers. And while that is disappointing, it is also uplifting when you consider that the time for this trio to shine has finally arrived, knock on wood. However, if a similar theme from last season strikes Memphis this season, it'll force the franchise to make some decisions. Bleacher Report recently offered 7 bold predictions for the 2024 campaign. And, no, a Grizzlies championship is, sadly, not on the list. The publication anticipates things may wind up in a free fall for the team, as Smart is predicted to be a Los Angeles Laker by the end of the year. Bleacher Report wrote, Smart is on a Memphis Grizzlies squad that hopes to return to the playoffs, but a disappointing start to the season could lead to changes. The Washington Wizards are rebuilding, and Brogdon is more likely to relocate than Smart. If things reach a painful level, it isn't difficult to picture the former Defensive Player of the Year as one of the first players out of the door, especially if his fit proves clunky in the season's early stages. The trio of Morant, Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. has been and will continue to be the bedrock of the Grizzlies moving forward. After all, they have proven to win at a high level, with multiple 50-win seasons in their back pockets. Let's hope, however, that number 36 remains put. When healthy, he is one of the league's premier 3-and-D players and has a winning pedigree after multiple seasons acting as the Boston Celtics' primary decision-maker on the court. Last season, the 30-year-old averaged 14.4 points, 4.3 assists, 2.6 rebounds, and 2.0 steals on 43% shooting from the floor, albeit in just 20 regular season games. With a healthy Smart, Memphis has an experienced postseason player who can play well off the ball. His willingness to get his jersey dirty neatly matches the grit and grind culture of Memphis. Marcus is a key franchise piece that has loaded expectations on its shoulders. Los Angeles Lakers starter could be top trade target for Chicago Bulls. It will be very interesting to see how the Chicago Bulls rebuild goes. The direction is clear for all to see. DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso, two of their most important and experienced players, departed this summer. But for it to work out, it might be necessary for the organization to find Zach Lavine a new home. That is easier said than done. If rumors are accurate, then the Bulls have been trying to trade Lavine for some time now, but there has not been much interest around the league. At his best, Lavine is one of the most dynamic scorers in the NBA. But there are limitations to his game and also some major risks any team would have to take if trading for him. The first would be his massive contract. Lavine is set to make $138 million over the next 3 seasons. The second would be his injury problems. Lavine played just 25 times last season and underwent a season-ending surgery on his right foot in February this year. Lavine has been playing in preseason for the Bulls and seems to be getting back up to speed. The 28-point performance in 22 minutes against the Memphis Grizzlies was a positive sign for sure. The Los Angeles Lakers have been suggested as a potential trade destination for Lavine in recent times. The Lakers have failed to compete since their championship win in 2020. With LeBron James set to turn 40 this year, they need to make something happen soon if they want to be in title contention. Desperate times call for desperate measures. If the Lakers are off to a shaky start this season, could they try to trade for Lavine? And if they do, what should the Bulls expect in return? In the Bleacher Report article imagining every NBA team's top 3 trade targets this season, Grant Hughes has suggested Austin Reeves for the Bulls. He wrote, "It may not seem sensible to add another guard to a team that already has 2 good ones in Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu, but neither of those 2 is likely to extend off of their current deals and will hit free agency in 2026. Reeves would be a key piece in the return for Zach Lavine if the Bulls and Lakers can agree on a deal to send the 2-time All-Star to LA, one whose shooting and playmaking would allow Chicago flexibility in the way it builds out the rest of the roster." Of course, whether the Lakers would be open to the idea of parting with Reeves in a trade for Lavine is a different discussion altogether. Reeves, who went undrafted in 2021, has developed into a starter for the Lakers. He started 57 times last season and played 32.1 minutes per game while averaging 15.9 points, 5.5 assists, and 4.3 rebounds. Just getting Lavine's contract off the books would be seen as a step in the right direction for the Bulls. Reeves, on the other hand, signed a 4-year, $54 million deal with the Lakers last year. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Zach Lavine? Leave your opinion in the comments.